Powerful people in Longmont appear to have forgotten the Constitution exists. The Longmont Housing Authority says it was using the homes of low-income residents to train police drug dogs. No warrants, just a notice that the landlord was coming by and that a police officer and drug dog might be there too. Longmont police originally defended the practice, and then hours later today they said they would stop these warrantless searches. The letter to residents of low-income housing starts with all the standard stuff, notifying them of an inspection. That's what landlords across Colorado do. And then it mentions the police officer and the drug dog. Nowhere is it said that while you have to let the landlord in, you do not have to allow the police officer and the drug dog inside your home without a warrant. And if you do, anything they find is fair game. The chairwoman of the Housing Authority in Longmont says they have never had a resident refuse the police search. Perhaps because those residents didn't know they could refuse.
And usually it helps the residents feel real secure in that we're following up, we're holding residents accountable. It's an opportunity for the dogs to train.
You heard that correctly. The head of a public housing agency in Colorado says that they are using the homes of low-income people to train police dogs. I spoke to several housing authorities across the metro area today. All of them said they do not do this. They've never heard of anyone doing this. One housing authority official actually laughed out loud at the thought. But it's not funny, of course. Landlords can schedule inspections, carpet replacement, painting. They cannot schedule searches by police drug dogs. That's what warrants are for. The Longmont Housing Agency says renters shouldn't have a problem if they don't have something to hide.
If there is concern, it kind of sparks some curiosity for me. You know, what are they concerned about if their only job is to ensure that there aren't drugs in the unit?
That, of course, is completely not how America works. And it is no longer how Longmont works. Longmont police originally told us they were comfortable with this arrangement, that they'd done one of these rounds of searches previously. But shortly, a little while ago, they said they're finished with this arrangement, and now they're trying to figure out who at the police department knew that this was going on. And we need to say the only reason that this went public and the only reason it stopped is because somebody at that public housing complex knew her rights and knew that she did not have to submit to a warrantless police search, no matter what the housing authority said.
This is a rights issue, not whether or not you have something to hide.
There it is, the long and the short of it. So we're trying to learn more about who at the Longmont Police Department and City Hall knew that this was going on, and we'll let you know what we find. A bunch of
police abusing innocent poor people to train K9s by warrantlessly raiding their homes. A Colorado police department was just exposed warrantlessly searching the homes of poor people so they could train their dogs. They were only caught because one resident knew her rights. By Matt Agorist. June 8, 2017. Longmont Co. In the land of the free, police can and will raid the homes of innocent people without a warrant in gross violation of their constitutional rights for the simple reason of training their dogs. While this claim sounds outlandish, it is entirely true. Just ask the residents of Longmont, Colorado. According to Longmont Housing Authority, police and officials contrived an idea to use the homes of low-income residents to train police drug dogs. Cops and their canine counterparts entered the homes and searched families living within the suite's low-income housing unit warrantlessly. Tenants of the suites were simply given a letter at some point before the raid notifying them that the landlord and police would be conducting an inspection. As local NBC affiliate, News 9 put it, some powerful people in Longmont appear to have forgotten that the Constitution still exists. Although the letter mentions the police and their dog, it doesn't state anywhere on it that residents can refuse to allow police and the dog in. It also fails to mention that when the officer does illegally enter your home, anything they find while inside, is fair game to arrest you over. The letter stated, "This is a notice to visit your unit on Wednesday, May 10th, between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. It is helpful if you are present so we can visit with you personally, but it is not mandatory. Please note that we will occasionally have K9 units with LPD accompany us for purposes of training and compliance. Apartments will be chosen at random. If you see the K9, please don't engage the dog, and please keep your dog on leash well away from the officer. Crystal Winship Erazo, Director of Operations of the Housing Authority, told 9 News that they've never had a resident refuse the search, as this training happens on a regular basis. The Longmont police only reported a single incident of someone refusing the search, and this is likely due to the fact that the residents are not informed of their rights prior to the search. They are simply guinea pigs for the cops. Read more. Citizens forcing police accountability is working, killer cops prosecuted at record rate. 2 months ago, there were some rumors and some concerns about drug activity on the property, and one way we found to address it was to invite a partnership with the Longmont Police Department, to invite the K9s over on their training day, Erazo said in an interview with 9NEWS. Usually it helps the residents feel really secure in that we're following up, we're holding residents accountable, it's an opportunity for the dogs to train. Let that sink in. The head of a public housing agency in Colorado just admitted to using the homes of poor people to train police and their dogs to hold residents accountable. Sadly, the only people who need to be held accountable in this situation are the police and the housing authority for their horrid constitutional violations. Using actual human families in their actual homes while simultaneously laying waste to their rights to train dogs, speaks to the callous and dehumanizing nature of the Longmont Police Department. As 9 News reports, they checked with several housing authorities in the metro area on Tuesday. The spokespeople for those organizations, including Denver and Aurora, said they don't do this, have never heard of anyone doing this, and one housing authority official laughed out loud at the thought. While the landlord maintains a right to inspect or otherwise enter the homes, police have no explicit right to conduct these searches. The fact that they do conduct these searches and admit to it so nonchalantly is chilling. Standing by their choice to allow police to violate the rights of their tenants, the housing authority thinks people shouldn't have a problem with the warrantless searches unless they have something to hide. If there is concern, it kind of sparks some curiosity for me, Erazo said. You know, what are they concerned about if, the officers, only job is to ensure there aren't drugs in the unit? Read more. I'm dead. Unnerving video shows cops taser handcuffed man until he dies. According to 9 News, Longmont police originally told them they were comfortable with this arrangement, having participated in that previous round of searches, but late Tuesday, following questions, they said they're finished. As 9 News reports, this entire practice was exposed and subsequently stopped only because one of the residents knew their rights and cried foul. This informed citizen knew that she didn't have to submit to the warrantless searches, no matter what the housing authority said. This is a rights issue, not whether or not you have something to hide, Ray Appling told 9 News. There's a police officer at your door. That's very intimidating. You feel like, oh God, I have to comply. I have to let these people in, and if I don't, they're going to think something and they're going to look for a reason to get rid of me, and I think that's completely unfair and not right. The Free Thought Project would like to commend News 9 for being unafraid to question this tactic and call it what it is, unconstitutional.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheep up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County COPWATCH with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if some, if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a, let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, you know, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, you know, at least I can do it. You know, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea, too, that we have is, you know, if I got, you know, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.